Under the Trump administration, you have all these government shutdowns and all these other things that are going on, and just kind of chaos. What's that like dealing with the IRS in the middle of just so? I mean, it seems like since the pandemic, things have just been insane. Is that accurate?
Totally. Yes, it is totally insane. Wish us luck if we have to call them and get something done, and then they keep telling us there, get to it, and then they send us a letter saying, "Oh, it's gonna be another 60 days and another 60 days," and this has been going on since the pandemic, and it seems like they hired a lot of people that don't really know what they're doing. I remember arguing with one guy telling me that this form didn't do what it was supposed to do. I said, but that's the purpose of the form. What do you mean it doesn't do that? So they just don't know. And I don't know. I found the best thing to do when you're talking to them, if they don't know what they're talking about, just hang up and call again. Hopefully, you'll get somebody that has some sense. There are still a few people in there that know what to do and know how to do it, but the vast majority, it has been horrible. We've had such bad luck trying to deal with them since the pandemic. So yeah, it's been
Really?
really bad, really, really bad.
What do you think it was about the pandemic exactly that made it like this? I mean, just what the fact that offices shut down, like what occurred then? I'm trying to remember. I mean, I remember the pandemic, but I'm trying to remember what caused specifically the IRS to get so far behind.
Well, people went to work at home, and then I guess they just weren't as responsible because I would call them and they just hang up on me. Okay, that's what we're gonna do. So I'm calling back and back and back and just not getting any response. And they did lay off a lot of people at a couple of times, but what exactly made this crazy change? I don't know. But they're way behind. They lost a lot of records. They said they threw away over 200,000 people's documents. So now we've had people, you have to sign a form to become an S corporation, right? So we've had people who sent the form in, got an approval letter, but the IRS says they can't find that information. We keep getting letters all the time saying, "Well, we know you submitted it, but we can't find it." Well, what are we supposed to do with that? I mean, if you,
Oh my gosh.
it's so
That is wild. That is so yeah, I mean, because I get it. I know with the pandemic we work from home
ridiculous.
and stuff kind of, slowed down and big time work wise. And it's
Hmm.
almost like things just kind of descended into chaos and disorganization for whatever reason. Because it
Definitely.
seems to me that with the IRS, you'd have a plan where, okay, everybody works from home. You're on your computer at home for a while, so you
Yeah.
don't get sick. And then, okay, now we're coming back to the office. Now you're back at the office doing the same. Like, why would you? There's no reason logically I would expect that the IRS would get that backlog as a result of the pandemic. Me and my wife, when the pandemic happened, she started working from home. We were productive. Then she started
Hmm.
going back to the office. We were, she's still productive. I never went back to the office because I always work from home. I told my wife before the pandemic, I said, all y'all people that get up and go to work every day, you have no idea how wonderful it is to work at your house. How much time you save, how the beauty of the afternoon nap.